Hello viewers, today I catch up with a good friend and like-minded chap.
Hey up viewer, it's unintentionally haughty cricket waffler James Peck here, and welcome to Wheatley TV.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, you can now. I've got a perfect moment. Becky, how's your season going? Or the preparations for your season going, because you're about to start, aren't you?
That's correct, yeah, we're starting on the 16th, so we should have had some pre-season prep in terms of some matches, but they've kind of all fallen through, and we were going to play Clippo actually in a pre-season friendly, but again, we couldn't quite get that together. We were going to have an inter-club competition, and we couldn't get that together either, so really great start to the season. But no, it's classic Wheatley. It'll be fine once we start. I think once there are league points at stake, and you want to get the Wheatley shirts on them, that'll be when the guys really put the effort in.
Well, we're on the flip side. We've Chairman Rob comes on the WhatsApp group and says, "Right, let's get an inter-season friendly going. How's this date for everyone?" And one or two people come on the WhatsApp group and say, "Yeah, great, fine for me," and then everything stops, and within 5 minutes, Rob is like, "Come on, I need to book the ground." But basically, we are having an early season friendly. We can't get Hawley ready, or Hawley's not available just yet, so we'll probably be doing it at Frimley Lodge, which is the second ground, which is the one that everyone slips on. So it's during the wet season that we use it. We come along, we slip around on it, we make the ground unusable for the rest of the season, and then we go to Hawley.
Actually viewers, let me make a slight alteration here. This is Frimley Lodge. However, we're very excited to announce that Frimley Recreational Ground will become our second ground, and we're very excited.
So you've got the legend that is Jordan coming back this year as well.
Yes, we do. Yeah, Jordan's coming back. Yeah, he's had 6 months in Barbados. Obviously, couldn't handle it anymore. Wanted to come back to North Nottinghamshire. Can hardly blame him. But no, he made a huge impact last year on and off the field. He's a cracking chap, and also Jimmy's flatmate as well, my co-commentator. And I cannot wait to see what shenanigans those two get up to again, because it was quite an off the field saga. Him and Jordan living together.
So he is living with Jimmy again.
I think Jimmy pines for Jordan, if we're being honest, Henry, and who can blame him? He's used to it. But no, Jim's had the house to himself for 6 months. It's been far too quiet, I'm sure. I've occasionally visited him, but yeah, he needs a flatmate, and Jordan's that flatmate. Mm. I would never want to face him bowling even at sort of 60% effort. I don't think he's. I think from what Tongi was saying, he said he's the fastest bowler he's ever kept to, and he obviously broke his finger as a result of keeping him. And I think at one stage he was clocked at sort of 83 miles an hour.
83,
which was not at our place. This is like a year or so ago.
All right.
But yeah, so he's sharp. He really is. He's very sharper than most that you'll face in that league. He gets written about in the papers, and he plays. We got a secret message from Craig Brathwaite, the West Indies captain.
Oh, seriously?
Because he knows Jordan, and he plays for Wanderers as well. And he gave us a sort of good luck message in our last match of last season. But they didn't allow us to use it on social media, so I was like, no.
I tell you, you're so lucky with Jimmy. I'm yet to find someone sort of brave enough to step up to the mark. I think I need to tap into one or two of our youth committees, or like JV or someone like that. JV, when you get him into the nets, he never ever stops talking. So I think I've got to kind of it just encourage. Maybe I'll bribe them with something. I don't know.
Definitely, bribery goes a long way. Yeah, and you do. But I mean, I don't know. I think each channel needs to have its own sort of thing, and the fact that we've got a co-commentary team is great. And Jimmy's fantastic. I can listen to him all day, and we make a good sort of pairing. You get the sort of schoolboyish excitement and enthusiasm from me, and Jimmy's very calm and collected, and so it's a lot of fun, and we get on really well. So we're really looking forward to the season. We got quite excited actually. So I phoned him up and I was like, "Jimmy's only 2 weeks away. You can't wait." It's really quite sad, and it's an illness really. as you can probably see from the last season, I'm an official Luddite, really, that's had to force myself to be able to try and cobble together these things you put on YouTube. So it's a learning process, and it's been maddening, I imagine, for people to watch. But it's all part of the journey. Aren't we all learning, Henry?
We're all of us. I'm suddenly building a nice little team. I've got the Phoenix Francesco, Adam Dukes, who's now he's at university. He's doing sports journalism, and he's now messaging me saying, "I can get this equipment. I really want to do a vlog for the away team." And so so I'm thinking, but if you're playing in the first 11 and I'm playing this in the second 11, say, does that mean I then have to do an away vlog too? Because it's all about consistency, as we know.
People can only watch what we put out, and we've got a captive audience, really. And there can be no complaints, because ultimately what they're getting is for free, Henry. So and this is just something else we do. We're not professional commentators or video actors or anything. This is just something we do on the side for a bit of fun. And so I don't mind it. It's very much a learning process, though. I don't know if I'll ever get there, to be honest, but it's quite nice to try things out.
Well, it's the blessings of haughty amateurs, isn't it? Anyway, it's really interesting seeing how many clubs are actually developing a YouTube channel now, even if it's just live stream. I logged in today, and there's Peterborough Town CC who are starting to play already. They're all playing in bobble hats. It's so sweet. It's just so wonderfully casual.
Yeah, I love that. It's the more village, the better, I think. But no, I think the more cricket on YouTube, the better. The more club cricket, certainly. And I just got to the stage, especially over the winter, watching England, just thinking, I just want to watch club cricket, to be honest, because they don't tend not to let me down. It's like
something that makes you smile.
Yeah, these guys could be doing anything else. They're playing, literally paying for the privilege to play cricket at this sort of amateur level. It's completely inspiring, and that's what I like about our level of cricket. They can never really let you down, because they've turned up.
So what else is in the pipeline for North Wheatley and Leverton?
Well, we've got season coming up, and we've also got a Dynamos program starting as well, which is great, because Jordan's back to coach that, and that's half the reason my son was involved in that. So that's going to be great. And we've also got our President's Day coming up, I think possibly in August again. The date hasn't been secured, but we've got some fantastic social events throughout the year, organised by our committee, and we had a Halloween ball. I was in Scotland, unfortunately, but some of the outfits, Henna's, people really put an effort in. And we also have a kind of end of season dinner and things like that. So we're looking forward to all of that sort of stuff. Just the weekly thing of being involved in a cricket club. I just can't wait.
But I just remember last year the fancy dress fundraiser that we had, the youth committee organised for the cricket nets. Bananas were very popular, but then Ryan turns up and he's fully dressed in Zorro, in something that he could only have hired. I mean, if that is in his wardrobe, that Zorro outfit,
any party, surely.
Well, it certainly draws the attention as well.
Yeah.
We are now, the wonderful thing is, we're now, you've probably seen, the hub for VI cricket in Surrey.
I love you with Hass, was it?
Yeah, Hassan Khan. Did you see it?
Amazing. Oh, it was just totally inspiring. Yeah,
he's an amazing guy.
So proud of to sort of know a club that are so involved in that sort of thing. I think it's just, the whole thing is inspiring, and to be is it that you're the hub for the southeast? Is that right?
Hub for Surrey.
Gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So huge congratulations to you guys on that. And it was a fantastic watch. What a character as well.
Well, I'm just really excited that it's not the last time I'll see him. We are going to organise VI games, that we're going to stick the live stream up, and now with my lovely new equipment, he and I are going to co-commentate live. I'm really excited about that, because I can't think of anything better than knowing the basics of a sport, but having an England professional sat there next to me talking about it, and he knows where it's going. what part of the ground the ball's going to. He can just tell from the sound.
Just
But yeah, amazing guy, and so
totally different feel for the game.
yeah.
And a completely different perspective as well. So you can have all these different people coming, all these different perspectives. That's what I just love. There's no kind of TV bosses, breathing down your neck about it. It's just do what you want. And, to get someone like Hass on board, just incredible. I love that.
Like you, we've got the All Stars and Dynamos programs and some really nice. It's been popular in the uptake. I don't know whether we can blame the 100 or just a cricket throughout the whole year. There's definitely been a good uptake of kids coming along. The uptake that we've had with women's cricket or softball, or both. It's just the numbers. I think we actually have more women as members of the club now than we do men.
I think you do hear that the game's dying in a lot of areas, and I suppose that's true. But when you hear about the involvement, particularly at your club, and also Sana said, I remember speaking to Dan saying they're completely oversubscribed with people trying to come in.
Really,
that's just
what they're having to turn people away.
I'm not entirely. You'd have to ask him, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. He said that we basically haven't got enough teams to fit everyone in, particularly at junior level.
Right.
And again, the 100's got. I was quite quick to judge the 100. I feel bad about it now because actually, I watched a bit of it and it was fantastic. And actually, the way it's pushed forward, certainly the women's game in this country, is something to be completely applauded. And I don't know if there are plans to do it at Wheatley. We haven't got a huge amount of people around our area because it's fairly remote, and there are quite a few bigger clubs that sort of suck up quite a few players. But and we kind of survive on players wanting to play regular cricket coming to our club from other clubs, so we don't have a junior setup. So yeah, it's just great to see. But no, fantastic to hear that that you're so popular at your club, and you.
But I mean, like you guys, it's very clear that you've got a real close bond with everyone in your club, and I think everyone who's joined our club is very like-minded in where they want the club to go. They've bought into it, and it's only going one way. I think the way your channels had to pick up, you may be remote, but people will travel. People travel for cricket.
Yeah, they do. And we've actually seen that in the comments. People sort of saying, "Oh, I'm definitely going to come over and watch a match over at Wheatley, if for nothing else to actually see a catch be taken, because I don't think last year." But it was it's just been such a positive thing for the club starting this channel. I don't know how you found it, but from our point of view, it's just been hugely positive. And when I first suggested it, I could see the horror in some people's faces, and there are people keener on it than others, but everyone at the club's really supportive. And I'm not going to chase around the more camera shy players for an interview if they don't want to. People can be as involved or not want. And I think that's the way you have to do it. And we're only doing it as long as the club are happy for us to do it.
Exactly. I think so long as we don't get in the way, the club is happy.
You've got this sort of completely clean slate from which to start, and I think it's weird because that's what I love again about cricket. You've got these clubs who've just started up, playing clubs who've been around since the mid 19th century, kind of thing, everything in between. That's it must be such an exciting time, certainly to be at Frimley, to be able to sort of mould the club in the sort of vision of the committee and the players.
Well, the nice thing is that we've got a Sunday friendly this year against one of the oldest clubs in the country, Odium, which are just down the road from us. They've been going since 1748, something ridiculous.
But I think that's why I found, I think, watching YouTube channels beforehand, that that one of the reasons I wanted to start it here was that the southeast is pretty well well catered for in certain channels, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm absolutely obsessed with looking at your grounds, because there doesn't seem to be a dud one out there, but that's what I love about the difference in cricket. And I was watching a video from Walton Le Dale as well, up in, I think, Lancashire. And I just love that you've got these different different voices in cricket, but also different ways of playing cricket, and the different grounds. I lap it up, and I cannot wait for this season to start. I don't know if you can tell.
I know, but it's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons I love watching you guys so much as well, because not only are you and Jimmy fantastically entertaining, it's the grounds. The fact, like you said, that they're even though they're good wickets to play on, Wheatley worm burners and etc. The grounds are a total contrast to a lot that we have down here. Which is
There are
it
quite
that
a
has
few,
the
I mean-
pavilion, there's a lot of tiling that needs replacing.
Oh, I think you might be referring to Clipston. I mean, you can see the old
Clipston.
headstocks for the pit shaft in the background. So that's what I like about. Actually, I was going to go on and say was that we've got this mixture of these, very nice. Not every ground's like Arundel. That's what I like about cricket grounds. But there are these grounds around North Notts that are sort of, these little green lungs in a sort of post-industrial landscape. And, how can that be bad? I might be on my own, but I just think that's great. And cricket's still played and taken seriously in this part of the world. And you'll notice that a lot of teams that we play against have colliery in the title, and there'll be other ones, representative of old factories like Bryden. That was an old wire ropes factory team. So, but they've carried on. Those sort of places live on, but just in cricket now rather than the actual sites themselves, which are long closed down. But at the moment, everyone thinks it's great, and or certainly pretends to, and it's great. And I'm sure it's the same as yours. It creates a buzz around the club, and people can't wait to see it. And the Oppo are the same as well. They can't wait to see themselves on YouTube. They were actually a massive shout out to them last season. I had no problems filming anywhere last season. They were all really good sports, and sometimes we film stuff that you might not necessarily want on the internet forever. But I think most people accept that these sort of things happen at club level. Sometimes you get the occasional bit of touch here and there, but actually you watch them back. They stand up as pretty good sportsmanship. There's some examples of some outstanding sportsmanship, actually, more than you see on the international stage. And that's another, high point I think that we capture at our level that's not necessarily captured at a higher level. But no, it's a massively positive thing, I think. And if we're showing cricket how much fun it can be at our level, then and that's what it's all about, really. Not how brilliant we all are or anything like that. It's more about how much fun people are having.
But I think it also shows a lot of people, oh my God, is that it? Oh, I can do that.
Well, this is going to surprise you, Henry, but I'm not a natural athlete. And
really,
when I know, I'm as shocked as you are. But yeah, the fact that you can play an entire season of cricket and do quite well when you're, let's say, pushing 18 stone, is that's what I love about cricket. Then you can be playing with someone who's an ex-international.
You don't look like a pound over 17.
But that's my point. I mean, you couldn't get that in football. Let's say at club football level, you're not going to be playing against an ex, West Indies international, let's say. But we had a few seasons ago, we had Ian O'Brien, the old opening bowler for New Zealand Test team, playing at the Wheatley Oval for West Indies Cavaliers. They're now called Carrington Cavaliers. They had Saqlain Mushtaq play for them a few seasons ago. That's one of the many fantastic elements of cricket that makes it any other sport pale into insignificance from my point of view. Anyway, it's a controversial statement for you there.
No, I heartily agree. And what about washing line person? Have you been able to catch up with them yet?
Well, I don't know them. Apparently, they're very, very nice people. But Eddie does know them, and he said that probably not the sort of people you want to keep mentioning the washing line. But I'm going to be honest, because they seem very nice from afar, and there's definitely a correlation between us winning and the washing being out, and vice versa. So, we're going to carry that on, Hennis.
Is it a question of best not tell them, and then see
they're not
what
going to
happens?
watch it, let's face it, unless they're sort of really weirdly into cricket. Then I didn't want to make a big deal about it, to be totally honest, but Dan came straight back and was like, you need to make something of that washing line. I was like, no, fair enough, I'll probably do. So that's exactly what I did, and people seem to be quite interested in it, and they believe it's the Oracle now, which is great. So I mean, if we can get into the Oppo's heads that this is it's definitely, once the washing line's out, you might as well give up, lads. That's the other troll like commentary. I don't know if you found, Henry, because you are I think the foremost man of letters on YouTube from my point of view. I find if you get stuck in a sort of smashed and you know, larruped vortex. Sometimes you get stuck on two words,
and I'm the man of letters.
Just,
I've got words,
I
good
find it really
words,
hard.
lots of words.
I'm just gonna have to read a lot more, I think, in between seasons, and just make sure my similes are on point.
Yes, that would be nice. I tell you what would be amusing if we decided to message each other prior to a game and just say, right, you have to get this into commentary this week, and it has to make the channel.
I think that would be fun. I don't know. I don't trust you on this at all. So I'd be too
Why?
Nice.
Look at this face.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm. You know, you get away with an awful lot, I think, Hannes. I'm not sure I trust you entirely. No, that sounds like a great idea. No, challenge accepted.
Every weekend we're going to have a weekly roundup with Dan, where basically he gets something like 5 minutes just to read the riot act to the whole club, tell exactly what he thinks, yeah, I don't.
I mean, I'm no good at reading.
He's a member of the committee now. I've got to please him, and
you didn't seem entirely 100% about that decision.
Oh no, I'm actually looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Dan is actually a really key member of the club. When I first started commenting,
you can tell.
I called him the Great Asset. I was calling him that for another reason, but now I actually realise he is a great asset, a good asset to the club. It's showing just what we were saying, how diverse club cricket can be. There is only one Dan Hall Galley. I want to come to Wheatley. That's kind of one of my goals for the year, to come up and see you guys and
be part of the commentary team. I mean, I'm not sure, Hannes, you and I commentating is going to be quite a rich meal for people to digest.
We're going to ruffle some feathers.
I'm not sure it's a little bit. Oh, I'm feeling a bit bilious after that, guys. I think I need something to lighten the palate. Here's Jimmy. No. Jim, but no, feel free, Hannes. You're more than welcome. Anyone watching this is welcome to come up to Wheatley if you like club cricket. You'll be more than happy to have you up at the Wheatley Oval. There would be next to no other reason for going out there unless you've got children under 10 and you're going to Sundown Adventureland, or you're.
It's lovely to see the same game in a different part of the country, and it's just addictive TV. It's the only channel that I've seen where a broken leg has occurred, or broken ankle in the middle of a cricket game, and you didn't take the opportunity to get your smartphone out and film it.
Well, let me tell you, actually, a bit of behind the scenes info. We have got a clip of that, and it is so harrowing that I can't unleash it on people. It's too much. And
did it come out at the Halloween special?
It was a primal scream from Cal. It was, I'm not going to put. I said to him immediately. Jimmy filmed it, actually. I wasn't there, and that will never see the light of day. That one, Hennes.
How's he doing? Is he playing this season?
I saw him in nets.
Oh, really?
So he's bowling. I think he's going to be taking it easy. But he's tough as old boots. He's a sheep farmer, so they're made of different stuff. Those guys, and he's doing fantastic. And he's so he's known as the Jolly Shepherd. He's a very jolly chap. He's very positive, and I can't wait to see him back on the field. He is Mr. Wheatley royalty. The third generation of his family to play for the club. So we need Cal out there.
The idea of having you down with us as well.
I would love that.
Do come. You are more than welcome.
We've got a good connection on our two clubs, and we should we should do things more often together. It's an intriguing blend,
isn't it? Although you and I, there's not much of a blend. It's just that I've got hair on the top of my head, and you've got hair on the bottom.
We've literally got the opposite.
We've got the opposite. If I turn upside down now, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between us. Anything else, Sir James Peck, that you want to add That's all.
No, nothing other than my total appreciation for your work, what you do there, Henry, and also the guys who play at your club. I think it's a completely inspiring setup you've got there. I love the youth committee. I love the VI. I think you're doing club cricket correctly, and you should be used as a sort of shining example to other clubs. Personally, I think.
Oh God, the appreciation is totally mutual, and now you've put me to shame.
Well, we don't have a separate setup.
Yeah, you too.
You could just say something like, "Thanks for the free entertainment."
Well, thanks very much for listening to two public schoolboys prattling on, viewers, if indeed you have made it this far. If you'd like to recommend some commentary for us to say over the course of the season, please leave a comment down below. Quote syrup, and then whatever you'd like us to say. Keep it decent, would you? Tally-ho for now.
Did I just say Dave Allen? Did I say
You
Dave
did,
Allen
and
instead of Dan
I
Allen?
oh
my God.
Just as funny, though. Just as